I don't think I'm scared of failing. I think I'm scared of wasting my potential. And that's why last year I quit my dream career. I spent years building a career, working with incredible founders, incredible people, doing something that I actually loved. And that's what made leaving so confusing, because there was actually nothing wrong. I just couldn't shake this feeling of wanting more. And I think so many of us can relate to that, but I didn't know what more looked like for me. So what is the obvious, logical next step when you want to find yourself and you want to find out who you are as a person? Travelling. Today is the day I've been waiting for years. Today is the day I go to Australia. I actually just still, disbelief doesn't feel real. Yay! You'll understand a little bit more later on of why I wanted to go to Australia. However, just for context, I went for 2 weeks with my boyfriend, 2 weeks on a group trip in Japan, and then 4 weeks in Australia on my own. I don't mean to be dramatic, but I actually feel like I'm gonna cry. Oh my fucking god. I actually, one, just can't believe I'm here, and two, just can't believe how stunning it is. I actually feel like I'm gonna cry one day. And this is where it went downhill, because when I was on my way to Japan, I found myself incredibly homesick and wanting to go home. Let's fly to Japan! I'm so excited. I had to give myself the biggest pep talk ever when I was in Brisbane airport. Going through security crying, I literally was like, what on earth are you doing? You are going to have the time of your life. Stop stressing. And it worked out. I'm currently in Japan, and yeah, not gonna lie, I want to go home now. I don't. I'm going back to Australia, which I am thinking about living. It's weird that you'll know whether I've decided to live in Australia or not. This trip's been fucking incredible. I honestly felt like I blinked and Japan was over. Solo travelling is the most incredible experience, because you'll go through the highest of highs and then the lowest of lows. You go from the most incredible experiences to feeling like you'll do anything to get on a plane home. I found out so much about myself on this trip, and I honestly would recommend solo travelling to anyone. I was so grateful to even do this trip, but I really did find it so much more difficult than I thought it would be. You can tell just how much I was struggling by this video I sent to my girls group chat. Coming at you from Osaka airport, and I'm currently just trying to not cry for one. I've been having a meltdown again, girls, but my suitcase is overweight, so I'm unemployed, girls. I can't afford to pay for the overweight. Well, at least not the 3 kilograms I'm overweight by. When I was in Japan, I nearly paid £400 to change my return flight home to a couple of weeks earlier, but I cannot even tell you how glad I am that I didn't. I found out so much about myself in those last few weeks in Australia. I am in the most unreal place right now. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, I feel like this whole Australia trip has been the most incredible experience ever. 12th of December, Gapra House, Harbour Bridge. I've got 4 nights left in Australia. It's coming to the end of 2025. I've obviously had off work I've had since the start of November, and it's coming to the end of 2025 now. When I get back, I've got a few exciting meetings, and I really feel like I'm at the start of this something amazing is gonna happen. I'm living in this like interesting zone now, because it's like I'm living in the potential, like the possibility. It's like I've not actually done anything yet. Like I'm living in the comfortable zone right now, even though I'm unemployed. I don't have any money coming in, but this is like the comfortable zone because I'm living in the I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. Like I'm living in the potential. I feel like I'm sitting on the edge of something great. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll just never post this and no one will ever see this video, but we'll see. The next clip you'll see is me sat on Bondi Beach 24 hours before the horrific Bondi Beach shooting, which cost the lives of 15 innocent people. This is my current view. You can't even see how nice that is, but yeah, I'm hungover because I went out with some girls I met at the hostel last night. Having such a close call with a horrific incident like that, so far away from home, puts things into perspective so much more than you realise. It just reaffirmed to me again that we only get one go at this, and the wasted potential and just the what ifs that come with an incident like that. And I think after that I was more than ready to go home, and I think my decision had been made. Up until this point I was unsure of whether to move to Australia, or I was unsure of whether to stay for a bit longer or what to do completely with my life. But yeah, that really put everything into perspective. And just like that, my trip to Australia has come to an end. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm going home. I don't want to go. I've got this massive like sunburn mark on my nose. It's not a good look. Yeah, I've really, 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 really loved Australia. That's me. Okay. See you on the other side. And just like that, 7 weeks of travelling turned into memories, and it was time to actually figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I purposely took the time out whilst travelling to not have a plan, to enjoy living in the potential and to give my brain the space it needed to collect itself. Whilst I was away, a girl I met in Japan recommended a book called The Defining Decade by Meg Jay, and I listened to this on Audible as I was travelling. And it completely rewired my brain in terms of thinking about our 20s, because I think so many times we're told, take your time, enjoy this decade, it's the decade to experiment. And whilst that is true, I think this element of take your time has been taken a bit too far, because the way that people talk about your 20s, it's like you've got all the time in the world, and realistically, even though that might be comforting, it's not true. So I'm now home and building a freelance career in social media for myself. But I wanted to talk a bit about the lesson that I learned from the Defining Decade, because it's a lesson in wasted potential and limitless opportunities, because we're sold this lie as 20-somethings of like, you can do anything, you can be anything, you have all of these options. And I think sometimes having all of those options isn't helpful. I think the reason why I wanted to start this channel alongside building a freelance social media career is because I've spent my life trying to do like the right thing, trying to make the right decisions and caring about what people think. But I think being away really taught me so many lessons in the fact that we only do get one go at this, and to not care about what people think. Because I definitely know that my career and life would be in such a different place now if I had those learnings and had those thoughts of not caring what people think from the beginning of my career. In the Defining Decade book, there's actually a really interesting study that Meg Jay talks about, and it's a lesson in limiting your possibilities, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but it's actually so helpful, and it's really helped me in terms of knowing and planning for my future. The study was set in a supermarket, and on one table they had 24 flavours of jams, and on another table they had 6 flavours of jams. And Initially, you would think the 24 flavoured jam table would be so much more popular. People have more choice, give people what they want, and appeal to everyone. And people who visited the 6 flavoured jam table were so much more likely to be able to pick a flavour and to take that away. Only 3% of people who visited the 24 jam table took a flavour of jam away, whereas 30% of people who visited the 6 flavour jam jar table took one away. And I think that's a lesson in having these limitless opportunities, because I think it's a really empowering thing to say to a 20-something-year-old, you can do anything. But in contrast, I think that actually creates such a feeling of overwhelm, and it actually ends up being more counterintuitive. And I think that's exactly where my life was feeling when I went away travelling. Like, I had all these opportunities, all these different ways that my life could go. I think I felt just so overwhelmed, because we are told that we can do anything, but no one talks about how overwhelming that can be. And I guess the question that I kept coming back to when I was thinking about quitting my job was, what if I'm capable of doing something different, but I actually never find out? And what a shame it would be if I didn't find that out for myself. And I think we always talk about failure and how scary failure is, but I actually don't think I'm scared of failure. I think I'm scared of getting to a point in my life where everything looks fine, but I know that I didn't really push myself and ask, what if there is more? Like, I stayed in what was comfortable instead of exploring what was possible. And the thought of that terrifies me. So I guess this channel is me doing that to some extent. It's me actually trying things, trying to figure things out. This YouTube channel is one of my flavours of jams on my 6 jam jar table. I'm going to be figuring things out. I'm going to be probably getting things wrong, and that's fine, because at least I'll know that I did actually try. Because, like I say, for me, wasted potential is so much scarier than failing. And this YouTube channel is going to be my case in point of that. So if you've ever felt like that, if you're ever scared of wasting your potential, if you're ever scared of not achieving what you're capable of, feel free to stick around. If you're feeling like there's more that you can be doing, but you're not quite sure what that looks like yet, you're probably in the right place with this channel. So feel free to stick around. I would love if you could subscribe, and I've got so many ideas. There's so much more to come. Hopefully that wasn't too cringe. Great start, I guess.